Today's case study is about a company which has been enabling the dreams of billions by offering them a quality sleep. A mattress brand which started off with humble beginnings from the backwaters of Kerala to becoming one of the best sellers on Amazon and a leading exporter in countries like the United States. This company has sustained for over 6 decades and 3 generations, and its annual turnover shot up by 57% in the year 2021 and is expected to cross 2000 crores as of the financial year 2022. Well, for those of you who don't know, the mattress brand that I'm talking about is Duroflex.
Sleep is essential for our mental, emotional and physical health. Bengaluru-based leading mattress brand Duroflex is trying to put Indians to bed with good quality of sleep.
Injured right now, but it's okay.
We are talking about sleep innovation now that has lately been a buzzing term in sleep and wellness industry. Some of the industries were very badly hit by COVID-19 lockdowns, while some like sleep innovation benefited from it.
Just change to Duroflex. 50 years of trust, 5-zone full body support, great sleep, and also it's a doctor recommended orthopedic mattress range.
This company was India's first to receive the ISO certification in the mattress category. Duroflex has today become one of the market leaders in the mattress as well as sleep accessories categories.
The story of Duroflex dates back to the year 1963 when a man named PC Mathew, who hailed from a family of rubber planters, ran a mattress manufacturing company along the backwaters at Alleppey in Kerala. He was also a qualified engineer who had been working with his family's tire business with an ambition to branch out and try his entrepreneurial skills. But the era of 50s and 60s were tough times to be an entrepreneur. Technologies were kept secret by the developed countries, information travelled slowly and expensively, and the system of license Raj demotivated many to start out their own ventures in India. But PC Mathew's perseverance got him to visit the Mercedes-Benz factory in Germany with a group of Indian businessmen as the Indian government looked to kickstart the domestic manufacturing of these sectors in India. And this is where things changed for the young man. So during the Mercedes-Benz factory visit, Mathew saw the use of rubberized coir in car seats, mainly due to its high durability and soft cushioning. And in this moment of epiphany, PC Mathew decided that he was going to manufacture dreams. India has always been one of the largest producers of coconut in the whole world, and therefore the young entrepreneur had the foresight of the potential and the opportunity of the same. He realized the fact that all dreams come from good comfortable mattresses, and therefore he was going to manufacture these dream enabling mattresses which would be available to all Indians. And so was found the first company that he set up, Durofoam Rubber Fiber, which eventually became Duroflex, as we all know it today.
This company was started in 1963. So we had a very small beginning, a small town called Alleppey in Kerala, using coconut fiber and rubber latex, one of the basic raw materials available in plenty in Kerala. This technology was originally developed in Europe. My father, along with a delegation of people from the choir board, went to Europe, saw these machines working, and at that time, Government of India sanctioned 6 units to be imported from Germany.
The Indian mattress manufacturing sector is something which even today remains dominated by the unorganized players who use animal hair and other waste agricultural products to manufacture mattresses. In the 60s, mattress was in fact a product which only the rich class could afford, and therefore there was no room for branded mattresses to make its way into the traditional Indian society. And this is exactly where Mathew decided to take a leap of faith by deciding to manufacture coir mattresses whose raw materials were available in plenty in our own hometown.
It was a very difficult time because everybody had an impression that coir was a very bad product, but it has proved today that we can make excellent mattresses from coir. The original industry was using animal hair and other waste products from the agriculture industry. But the European technicians found that coconut fiber, one of the strongest natural fiber available, which could be easily extracted from the coconut husk. The potential is very large because coconut trees grown all over South India. It's got a huge potential to supply the industry.
A major setback he faced was from the Indian Customs Department, who made it difficult to import the machines directly into the factory. But PC Mathew, who was an engineer, decided to reverse engineer the whole process, which meant that the complex machineries were broken down into small individual components and were transported by cargo boats through the canals of Alleppey into their factory. The business finally gained its roots despite of tons of other countless problems. But signs of profits were far beyond horizon. And this is exactly where something miraculous happened. The government of India came in clutch for Duroflex as they, in anticipation of a war, ordered cushion seats for metal tanks, mattresses for hospital beds, followed by a bulk order of cushioning the Indian railways. And thus the company became profitable for the first time in its history. Other orders soon followed and the dream was finally taking shape. The children of PC Mathew too joined the family business and brought with them professional learnings from their own backgrounds. And by the start of the 80s, the dreams went beyond boundaries and the retail footprints grew beyond the contours of Kerala as the group expanded its business by setting up 2 factories in Hyderabad and Bengaluru. And an export-oriented business of organic latex too proved to be profitable for the company. But just like any other family business, Duroflex too had to witness difficult times. And this old English saying aptly describes it. Too many cooks spoil the broth. It became difficult to professionalize the business with Mathew's 5 other children joining it. Expansion of business towards North India almost felt impossible because of lack of efficiency among the core members. And to add to the misery, the company also tried its luck in manufacturing coir as a substitute for wood, which resulted in a failure, laying the seeds of discord among the brothers. Over the next few years, as business failed to take off, the brothers had a fallout, and over the next 10 years, Duroflex lost a lot of time as boardroom battles intensified and important business decisions were stuck. And 3 of them eventually left the company after legal proceedings. When 2 are fighting, the third one profits. And this is what exactly happened, as other young mattress companies capitalized on this crisis and they grew well. It was only until 2008 when the family finally decided to come together and work on a settlement. And Mr. George Mathew took over as a new managing director and brought the business back on track. And around 2012, he too realized that it's time for him to retire and make way for the third generation. There were confusions regarding whether to sell the business or to grow it, as the global economy was in the midst of a slowdown and countries like India were immune to crisis. And this is exactly where Mr. Mathew Chandy, the grandson of PC Mathew, decided to come back to his hometown, leaving an assured profession of a lawyer in the United Kingdom, to carry forward his age-old family legacy and to be a part of India's growth story.
I worked abroad for a few years. And then when I came back 5 years ago, I was just joining Duroflex, and invariably people ask you what you do. So I said I work at Duroflex, and I got 3 very different reactions. First reaction was just a cold, glazed look. They didn't know what Duroflex was, and they would slowly move away. The second kind of reaction was from people who would say, what does Duroflex do? I say we make mattresses, and then the same look would come up again. People would glaze over and then slowly slip away again. But I want to tell you about the third reaction. Some people would look at me and say, oh, that's so interesting. Duroflex, you make condoms. How do you do your product testing? But really that is a category. It's not a well-known category. It's not a category that people engage with, because let's face it, the mattress category is pretty boring. It's been boring for a while, and really what we're trying to do is try to spice it up.
He understood the importance of change management for the growth of a business, and therefore he shifted his base to Bengaluru and spent much of his time in trying to understand his family business before revamping it.
I started off in all the wrong ways. I came back from London where we had a different work culture, and I came in and I started saying this is the way we do things, and after a year I found out that that doesn't work. You have to win people's hearts and minds. You don't win people's hearts and minds by coming in hard, you actually go in quite soft. You need a lot of patience and it doesn't work easily, but you also have to be hard about something. And I think if you convince yourself and you convince a few key linchpins or key evangelists, then they start doing your work for you. And then you find you hit some very hard rocks that you can't change, and those hard rocks have to leave. That's It's very painful, especially when you used to call uncle or they used to be your dad's best friends or something. Change management is hard and it's very painful, but it's also very rewarding. I think changing people is really hard. Forget about changing your internal team. The most important change is changing our consumer. How do we change all of y'all and make you take sleep really seriously? That's much harder than changing everything within the company.
His processes involved ramping the marketing budget, focusing on new designs, upping the overall quality of the products, and paying better salaries to the employees in an attempt to professionalize the business and to attract new talents.
We had really dirty looking mattresses, to be honest. There were products that I was not proud of. We used colors which were unattractive. We used branding which looked like it was from the 1980s. They might have felt good, but they didn't look good. So we went to basics of product design. We hired international product designers. We actually created the first designer mattresses in India, so they looked better. We added features that mattered. So we talked to consumers and we asked consumers what do they care about. They said, we want a mattress which supports us. We want a mattress which is comfortable. We want a mattress which lasts and a mattress which makes us feel really good. So we introduced airflow technology, cool gel technology. We did go back to the basics, talk to our consumers, understand what they wanted and redesign those features back into our mattresses. We take innovation seriously. We think if we don't innovate, then the customers don't get the best product, and customers today demand the best product always. I think we're a young team with young ideas. We take to digital ideas and the new India much faster than most other people in our industry. The products we're building, the services we're providing, the customer experience that we are trying to provide is much more in tune with new India as opposed to what we did or what our industry did for customers in the past.
Their identity of being a regional brand went beyond borders as they partnered with one of the most followed teams of the Indian Premier League, that is Royal Challengers Bangalore, which helped Duroflex to expand at a pan-Indian level.
We were really proud to associate ourselves with RCB this year. My friends from Asianet today were saying we would never have imagined that a mattress brand would associate with RCB and associate with Virat Kohli. They're big names, they're expensive. It was a leap of faith. We didn't know we could afford it, but we said we'd do it anyway because we do know that marketing is an investment, marketing is not an expense. We got something like 15x return on our investment. I thought it was really good. It's being aired in jurisdictions where we don't even sell mattresses, but we do want to build a brand. We do want to be associated as a lifestyle brand, not a very functional brand. For our industry, these were things which were not really done before and they were yielding results just by going back to basics and having an interesting campaign in interesting places with a very consistent but new theme.
A game changer for Duroflex came after its foray into the e-commerce sector in the year 2017. With the launch of Sleepyhead, a product aimed at millennials, which embodies the concept of a mattress in a box, which is logistics friendly and can be compressed and rolled back, making it easy to ship. And this digital transformation helped them to engage and to get one step closer to their customers.
Actually, one of the first things I noticed when I joined Duroflex was that we were not digitally savvy. We used a very old, outdated ERP. We've changed 2 ERPs since then. We're now on possibly the world's best ERP, which is SAP. We've moved on to a Salesforce automation platform, dealer management platform, and we now run a lot of our promotions on an IT platform as well. So we've started our digital transformation journey. I think we've just started, to be honest. I think there's far more we can do to engage and be much closer to our consumers.
In the year 2018, consumer-focused private equity fund Lighthouse invested 160 crores in Duroflex, which remains the largest private equity investment in the mattress sector. And Duroflex's association with celebrities ranging from cinema to sports has helped them to become a regular name in every household. And their campaigns highlight the importance of quality sleep for the overall wellness. No doubt the Indian mattress sector continues to be dominated by the unorganized players even today. But now, over the past 1 decade, owing to rising income levels, customers have become more conscious about their purchases and they have moved towards branded and quality products. And the COVID-19 pandemic proved to be a blessing in disguise for Duroflex, as mattresses became essential to hospitals and quarantine centers, and at the same time people understood the importance of using quality products at home.
The first 3 months were a bit of a washout, but certainly demand really picked up for organized players who were communicating well about the importance of your bedroom, the importance of your home, most importantly, the importance of sleep in health, wellness, and in fighting immunity. I think those who did that well really benefited. We are extremely optimistic about the future. Midway through the pandemic, we had already started investing. We're doing people investments and technology investments. We all know the unorganized industry is a large part of the mattress industry, and therefore there is a lot of headroom to grow. No doubt it's going to be difficult, but difficult times also brings out the best in good companies.
Today, dreams have gone beyond boundaries, growing from a single factory in Alleppey to 8 locations, bridging the gap between sleep and technology. And Mathew Chandy continues to lead Duroflex in his capacity as the managing director, in addition to his other family members and an expert team of professionals leading Duroflex into the future, operating in 500 exclusive outlets with over 3,000 dealers and employing over 1,500 individuals. In these 60 years, products have evolved, customers have changed, and markets have grown. But what still fuels Duroflex is the idea of enabling dreams by providing quality sleep to babies, working professionals, and elderly at home, airports, trains, hospitals, and hotels. The age-old family values of integrity, innovation, and fair play continue to be the enabler of this dream, and that has been exemplified through the 3 generations of the company. It is not a fluffy dream made up of wishes and prayers, but it is a dream constructed layer upon layer with the qualities of hard work, risk-taking, efficiency, and foresight. 60 years and counting, yet the dream lives on. And that reinstills the fact that the greatest legacy that one can pass on to their children is not money or wealth, but rather a legacy of morals and values.